Should I compete? Remember, the question is, do I want to get better? If the answer is yes, I say go for it. So you are thinking about competition. You're wondering, should I sign up for that tournament that's coming up? And let's be honest, there's some fears that come with that. Let's talk about it right now. When you ask the question, should I compete? And that's going through your mind, I want you to shift that question to, do I want to get better at Jiu Jitsu? And I say that because you have to embrace competition from that mindset. I like what Fabio Santos says about competition. He says, I believe competing in a tournament style, something to the effect of, is worth about 100 seminars. And if you've been to a seminar, you know how valuable those can be and how many things you can pick up and learn from that. And he's saying it's infinitely more valuable than that. I remember early in my journey, I jumped in the competition pool. And to be clear, I know we compete every day in the gym. When you roll your 3, your 5-minute rounds, whatever it may be, no doubt you're competing. You're trying to submit your opponent. They're trying to submit you. But when we talk about competition in this conversation, we're really referring to tournament setting, which the game changes. And I will tell you that, yes, the intensity is unlike any. You can't really replicate that in your gym. No matter how hard you roll in your gym, you can't replicate what it's like when the setting and you got the referees, people at the scoreboard, you got people watching, everything. It's a pressure cooker, okay? And so you have to understand, well, why would I do that? Why would I put myself through that? Well, we signed up for jiu-jitsu, which is already hard and difficult, right? Like, we know that. So we're used to doing hard things. So why not something else? Here's what competition will do. It will absolutely highlight the things that you're doing well and the things that are clicking on your journey, your game. It will highlight those things. But this is the harder part to embrace, and this is the part where we're scared of. It will expose the areas we're weak in. It will expose the things that we need to improve on, the things that we need to go back to the workshop and really develop in a greater detail. And so some people, I think, don't want that exposed. That's kind of by our nature. We don't really want to expose the weaknesses, but I would tell you that's one of the greatest values of it. So again, the question is, do you want to get better at jiu-jitsu? And competition is a great avenue to do just that. It's also a whole lot of fun. But I do think that it's easy to talk about the things we're doing well and be like, hey, look what I did. This is great. A little harder to admit what I'm weak in and where I need to grow in. But that's the thing that's probably going to be most valuable. I remember this past year, I competed at Worlds, Masters Worlds out in Las Vegas. Had an incredible time. And it's a single elimination tournament with the IBJJF. It was a great experience, but here's what was so sad. Spent a whole year prepping, thinking, planning, buying plane tickets, and I get out there, I lose my first match. That was difficult. That was really hard for me to take that and accept that. To go out there and lose, that was one of my fears, losing my first match, and it happened. I remember my good friend Randy, one of our black belts, he texted me shortly after the loss. I just checked my phone, a few minutes later, and he said, hey man, you always learn, you learn from the wins, but you always learn from the losses, and those lessons stick with you forever. And he's right, because I made mistakes in that match that, looking back on, as soon as coach starts showing me, hey, when he does this, and I'm thinking, oh, how did I not think of that? Well, guess what? Those lessons, that was a seminar times 100, right? To Fabio's point. Those were lessons and techniques that are now forever ingrained in my mind. And I earned that because I was willing to step out there and compete. And so I would tell you, if you're wanting to compete, go for it. And know and embrace that this is not to, I got to win. You want to go to win, but the goal is that the journey of jiu-jitsu, remember, that's our goal. Our goal is that we're on this incredible journey of jiu-jitsu. We want to learn. We want to experience and enjoy the art of it. And we want to get better. And one of the ways we get better is we can throw in a little competition. Until next time, I want to encourage you to train on. Also, if you're enjoying the content, please know that my desire is to help you think through more mindset and philosophy of jiu-jitsu and help you along your journey. And I hope the content does just that. If you're experiencing that and you enjoy it, I want you to hit the subscribe button. It would mean a lot, and it'll help you know when new content's available. Until next time, train on.